Have you ever received a letter that changed your life forever? Let's dive into the story of a man named John who found himself in this very predicament. John was the epitome of ordinary. His life was a symphony of routine, an endless cycle of 9-to-5 shifts, takeaway dinners, and late-night television. He was a regular man, living in a regular city, leading a regular life. He was content, even if he wasn't always excited. Then, on a day as average as John himself, something extraordinary happened. A letter arrived. Not a bill, not a magazine subscription, not even a postcard from a distant relative. This was something entirely different. It was an invitation, delivered without a return address, without a name, without any hint of who might have sent it. The envelope bore no markings, no clues, just John's name, printed in crisp, clear letters. Inside, on a sheet of cream-colored paper, words were typed in a classic font, as though produced by an old-fashioned typewriter. The message was simple, yet cryptic. You are cordially invited to a gathering at an undisclosed location. Time and place will be revealed in due course. This was no ordinary invitation. It was a riddle, an enigma, a mystery that sparked a flame of curiosity in John's otherwise predictable life. 1,000 questions ran through his mind. Who sent it? Why him? What was the gathering about? The letter offered no answers, only an intriguing proposition. For a man like John who lived his life within the boundaries of comfort and familiarity, this was an anomaly. It disrupted the rhythm of his mundane existence, introducing a perplexing beat of mystery. It was a divergence from his ordinary life, a deviation that was as unsettling as it was exciting. Yet the allure of the unknown was too potent to resist. The invitation, as cryptic as it was, promised a break from the monotony, a chance for something new, something different. And so, John, driven by curiosity, decides to follow the invitation. Imagine stepping into a room where every single truth you've known is about to be shattered. Picture this. Our protagonist John, following the cryptic directions in the letter, finds himself standing before an unassuming door in an alleyway. The ordinary facade fades away as he steps over the threshold and into a world that defies belief. As the door closes behind him, the humdrum sounds of the city are replaced with an eerie silence, broken only by the soft whispers of unseen figures. Shadows dance on the walls, hinting at the presence of a gathering hidden in plain sight. This is no ordinary place. It is the clandestine meeting ground of a secret society. This society, they claim, pulls the strings of the world, dictating events from the shadows. They are the puppet masters, the unseen hands guiding the course of history. A shiver runs down John's spine as he absorbs the enormity of their declaration. The world as he knows it, the reality he's always accepted, is nothing more than a carefully crafted illusion. John is drawn into the heart of the room, his mind reeling as he tries to process the information. The walls are adorned with symbols and images that tell a story of power and manipulation, a narrative that spans centuries. Each whisper he overhears, every masked figure he sees, reinforces the surreal and disturbing truth. His heart pounds in his chest as he takes it all in. He feels like a tiny pawn on a vast chessboard, manipulated and maneuvered at will. The realization is a punch to the gut, a rude awakening from the placid dream of ignorance. He's not just a bystander anymore, he's a part of something much bigger, much more complex. With every step he takes deeper into the room, John's perception of reality is challenged. The world outside that door seems like a distant memory, a dream from which he has been rudely awakened. Every belief, every truth he held dear is crumbling around him. In the blink of an eye, John's world had been turned upside down. His journey into the rabbit hole has just begun, and there's no turning back. What if you found out you were chosen for a purpose you never imagined? Imagine the whirlwind of emotions that would engulf you. This is exactly the predicament our protagonist John finds himself in. In the heart of an enigmatic society, John learns that his presence there is not some random stroke of fate. He's been selected, marked for a special role that only he can fulfill. The weight of this revelation is immense, like a tidal wave crashing over him, threatening to pull him under. It's a cocktail of confusion and fear with a twist of curiosity that stirs within him. Picture the bewilderment, like waking up one day and discovering that the world isn't exactly as you've known it all along. It's as if John has been handed a map, but the destination is unknown, the path unpredictable. A role he never auditioned for, a script he never read, and yet, a performance that was expected of him. Panic and curiosity play a game of tug-of-war within John. Fear of the unknown battles the thirst for knowledge. What could this role be? Why him? questions whirl around in his mind like a tornado tearing at the fabric of his reality. Yet, amidst this tempest of emotions, a hint of excitement bubbles up. A spark of curiosity that, despite the fear, makes him want to uncover what this role could be. As the truth sank in, John realized his life would never be the same. What if the biggest twist of all was yet to come? Let's take a moment to think about John, an everyday man, who had been living a life of simple pleasures. This was a man who had never even been the captain of his high school football team, let alone a leader of any sort. Yet, in a turn of events as unexpected as a comet blazing across a clear night sky, the society chose him. Yes, they chose John to be their new leader. Picture the shock on his face, the disbelief in his eyes. It was as though he had been handed a hot potato, and there was no one else to pass it to. The weight of the world had been thrust upon his shoulders, and there was no turning back. His heart pounded in his chest like a drum, echoing the rhythm of his newfound power. The power to lead, to decide, to shape the world in ways he had never imagined. He was no longer just John, the ordinary man. He was John, the chosen one, the leader of the world's most secretive and powerful society. As he stepped into his new role, the magnitude of his position dawned upon him. He was at the helm of a ship steering towards the unknown, leaving us all to wonder, to speculate, and to imagine the course he would set. And just like that, John, the ordinary man became the leader of the world's most powerful secret society.